Derek Williams is out there with Lewis. Then it's Rob Williams. Then it's Morant. And it's Rose in at the 2. And for Los Angeles, Paul George is out there with Paul. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Brand. And it's McAdoo in at center. Well, Greg, I, for one, am excited to see this game. We've got Chris Paul and Bob McAdoo out there on the same side.
And these guys, both superstars with the Clippers franchise. Now, McAdoo played for him when the team was still in Buffalo and in that Eastern Conference, but all the records are in the same file in the history book.
There you go. You're right. See, fans, you tune into a broadcast, and you may even catch a history lesson from my good friend, the great Greg Anthony.
I do my best to educate the fans.
Look, he's the kind of player that has you awake at 3 a.m. asking yourself, how do I stop that?
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. George against Rose. George sets a screen for Paul. Shoots over Morant. The shot by Paul, no good. And here's Morant. It's good.
Yeah, really nice finish there with contact. Morant with great body control.
And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Leonard. The shot, no good. Williams with the defensive effort. Williams finds Rose. Rebounded by Grant. Rose is gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Leonard looking around. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. And here's Rose. Back to Williams. Rose in the post, working on Brand. Rose can't hit. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Rose. He makes that one drop, only a second and 5 tries.
And Rose proving already to be a relentless competitor, excellent at finding ways to finish inside.
Freeze checked in for George. And here are the Clippers. Fires from way outside. Los Angeles with another miss. Over to the left wing. Here's Rose. And it's a great finish! Oh my.
When Rose goes on the attack, he stays on the attack, fights his way through the contact.
Shot to stop the run. Rebound by Williams. We've got 1:55 left here in the first quarter. And they pick up 2. Morant's got 6.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Leonard on the wing. Martin defending. Oh, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta.
No surprise there from Paul. He's been doing that for 2 decades.
Here's Rose. He takes it in. Banked in off the glass. He's got 8.
Yeah, I like when he takes initiative like this. Seeing a lane open up and attacking it.
1:10 left here in the opening quarter. Brand, a screen on Morant. Takes a shot at the elbow. Paul's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Morant passes to Rose. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
Just didn't get his hands up in time on that one. They weren't on the same page there.
Payton, he's checked in for Rose. Here's World B. Free. Off target with his 3. clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, he is only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And the basket by Payton.
And how about the quickness on display there for Payton, especially when he's slicing to the basket.
Morant against Paul. The three. The shot misses. And so the first quarter is in the books. Up 7. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
So with George on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. We've got 3. Also Chris Paul out there. Maggette out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Manning in at the 4 slot.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Irving against Free. And a deep three from Harden. Rebounded by Corey Maggette. Los Angeles trails by 5. Paul outside. Back to Maggette. Over Irving. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Harden kicks to Irving over Paul. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Harden. Irving's got his first basket.
Some of the fastest hands in the league right now. Kyrie knowing he has to get rid of it.
And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
Los Angeles making a switch here. George is checked in. Pass to Free. There's the pick. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, that was an athletic play. They just put it in the air and let him go get it.
On its way from Irving for 2. Jordan with the rebound. Los Angeles trails by 5. Stolen by Lewis. To the inside. Here's Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, dynamic finish by Cousins. Not a freak athlete, but he's a gamer for sure.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. George against Barton. Paul outside. Outside for George. Good, and Paul gets the assist. George has got 5 now.
And he caught the defense sleeping there. They didn't expect him to kick that back out.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And Los Angeles with some changes. McAdoo is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Elton Brand subbed in for Free. Here's Morant. Morant bullies his way inside.
And this is what's so special about Morant's game. His mobility and his explosiveness.
Los Angeles trails by 6. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. The drive by Paul. And it's Morant with the rebound.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Brand passes to Paul. Pass to George. Just 5 on the clock. Sean Lewis pulls it in. Lewis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
Yeah, and Morant definitely has that floater in his arsenal.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. They set the pick. George looking around. Hits the three-point bomb. 8 points for him.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Rose. Misses the one-handed jam.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Now Rose. Paul George missing from long range. Rose, that's good.
And as long as he retains that great explosion in his legs, Derrick Rose will be a factor around the rim.
And so here are the Clippers. 7-point differential. To the paint, here's McAdoo. And a missed layup.
Well, just doing an excellent job defensively. Using his body to disrupt the shot and then get control of the loose ball.
Now, here's Morant for 3. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Well, this is Morant at his very best. His teammates need to just continue getting him the ball and letting him do his thing.
Williams against George. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Harper. Fires from deep. No good. Shot missing. And we finish one half of basketball. Leading by 10. We'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
Here's who Chauncey Billups will start the second half with. We've got Rose. Lewis is out there with Williams. Then it's Derrick Williams. And it's Harden in at the 1 spot. And it's Paul with the ball for L.A. Down by 12. From deep three-point land. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
And this is how lethal Rose can be on offense, and it's because of that high motor he possesses.
Pass to McAdoo. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Williams kicks to Williams. There's Rose with the 3. Rebounded by Brand. Los Angeles trails by 12. Over in the corner, Paul hands it from downtown. Paul's got 6 points.
Yeah, playing off ball. We've seen more of this over the latter part of Paul's career.
Good work there as it goes.
Well, that's a couple of tough points right there. That was a battle inside.
Brand up top. to Paul. Brand, a screen on Harden. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 5 on the clock. The three from George. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 8 rebounds in this game. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
And when Rose gets going and gets this kind of confidence offensively, you're in trouble. He can just flat out take over again.
Connects from three-point range.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The tray, and Morant gets it to go on the assist by Edgecombe. He's got 16.
Wow, when Morant is hitting the three, he becomes basically unguardable.
Clippers with the ball. It's a 13-point game. Outside, George. And here's Leonard from 3. The shot missing. Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Leonard. And that one's good. Morant.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. Good to see him being effective off the ball.
Outside Leonard. 1:52 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Brand. 11 feet out and he hits it. Brand's got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Morant. He's got 19. Morant downhill. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Yeah, Morant uses his incredible body control to work through that contact.
.125 left to play in the third. And timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Freeze checked in for the Clippers. On defense, the visitors. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And here's Leonard from 3. Cousins pulls it in.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Pass to Rodman. Now here's Morant for 3. The shot's good. Rodman making the play.
There was some nice rhythm to that play.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 19. Jacks up a 3. Rodman with the rebound. Floats it up for Cousins. Leonard with the steal. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's the 3. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Morant surveying the D. Cousins dishes to Morant. Up and in on the layup. Morant's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. So with Paul on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Jordan is out there with Brand.
Personal
And it's
foul.
World Be Free. Then it's George. And it's Manning in at the 3.
Number 44, Robert Williams.
Here's Free. Jordan with the screen on Rose. Outside for George. Clock at 6. Shoots the 3. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. High post shot. Pass to Rose. The Clippers grab the miss. Brand's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Manning. George double teamed. Here is Brand. A 3-ball. Drops in the tray. Brand's got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Clippers. Rose surveying the D. Here's the try. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Brand's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the foul called on Rashard Lewis. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in.
Into the lineup for Los Angeles, number 2.
The visitors on defense. Jordan finds George. No good on the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And the shot goes in. Rose has got 10 points in just the second half.
That's a great trip. You always want to end up with those close looks.
Los Angeles trails by 20. Inside. George double teamed. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard the pass to Brand. That's good from 17 feet away. 10 points for Brand.
Oh, not an easy shot, especially for a big Brand with a nice stroke.
And it's Rose penetrating. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Irving with it. Leonard picks him up. Strong move off the glass.
Almost effortless looking. Kyrie's motion inside is so well practiced.
Here's George. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. A different look for the Clippers. McAdoo comes in for Jordan. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Free. Here's Leonard. And it misses. Harden against George. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. Los Angeles trails by 17.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Got it to go off the glass.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Harden, and he banks the layup in.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Morant against Paul. Leonard off target from outside.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
George against Williams. Williams with the rebound. George has gone 4 of 10 here, has 6 misses. Morant with the bucket.
Well, the defense can't let Morant get comfortable down there or he'll just continue to torture them.
1:11 left in the fourth quarter. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Harper the pass to Maggette. And again, no good by the Clippers. Morant with it. He's picked up by Jordan. And stolen by Jordan. Morant against Harper. Pops it up for Jordan. Stolen by Rose. Here's Morant. It's rebounded by Manning. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Harper. Lays it in off the window. Now here's Rose. And the second chance effort by Rose.
Well, their schemes have been effective, and he's been a significant part of their focus.
Maggette against Williams. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Ja Morant.